Hello and welcome to my hopefully now working stream. I think I saw what I did wrong now, so live and learn. Thank you for being here, Mix Club and Mr. Smith and Blue Unicorn and Ed B Metal. Guys, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you all supporting me in my, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, guys. So today I'm going to tell you about the fuzz pedal. So the Fuzz Face pedal is one that was first made in about like 1966, and it's a distortion pedal, and it is modeled after, like the speaker broke and it's a horrible sound. And let's make something that sounds like that on purpose. So it's not, it came out of just really being not a really pleasant sound. And it is still, I believe, one of the harshest the, of the harshest kind of a distortion that you can have. And one of the reasons is because of the very low part number. It has two transistors, three capacitors, and four resistors, and two potentiometers, and that's all. And so that's very, very low parts. So I'm going to first show you, hopefully, my schematic. Ooh, I forgot to load my schematic. Let me do that first. I forgot I restarted. Okay, so let's see if I can do this now. Nope. So let's see. Let's window capture, preview. Yay. Okay. I had this already, guys. I'm not very good. Here we go. We will make it bigger. Pull it down. Perfection. Utter perfection. Just like everything, right, y'all? So, what we have here is a schematic of the Fuzz Face circuit. And I'm going to go through this really slowly, but kind of quickly about like what all these symbols are and what they're all doing together. Oh, and let me see if actually, while I'm here, let me see if this works. Oh, I know why. I know why. Pop out chat. Okay. I was trying to do it like a silly person. 7 people here. Max! It's so good to see you, friend. Okay, so that was not it. Let me try to update my chat. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay, so chat's got to go above this. Here we go. Ed says that he is not a huge fan of fuzz and he prefers just regular distortion. I gotta say personally, for myself, I agree with you. But, what are we going to do? This is an easy one to talk about. And that's really what I'm doing here, is trying to practice talking about it and also being here in my studio. And then what this sounds like. So I welcome critiques and what things I could improve for next time. So let's see. Did I say hello to Billy Breeze? Oh, and Rocky, great to see you. Rocky Avianeda. Uh-oh. So, okay, Ed's got steps. He says, I'm a mad scientist. Step 1, Billy says, drink 16 ounces of coffee. Done. And then Edvi says, do not drink 151 rum during lunchtime. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. So to start on where'd it go? Here it is. Okay. To start on, Steve-O, great to see you. Okay, I'm hiding my chat for a minute. Okay, so here is the Fuzz Face schematic, this thing on top. Hopefully you can see my little cursor move. That took me like 20 minutes to figure out, y'all. So this thing this part is it's just the symbol for the input. The little arrow going down means it connects to ground. That's all that is. So that's the input. Then this thing is a capacitor. We have a 2.2 UF capacitor, which looks like this, and it goes to ground. Then we have these two circly things are the transistors. For this purpose, I'm going to be using a BC108 silicon transistor. Originally, it was done with a germanium transistor. They're impossible to get, and also they really just suck. There's like a lure about them that they're awesome and wonderful and make things better, but honestly, they really don't. They are difficult and temperamental and break easily, and so I don't know. We just, they're not that great. Anyway, here is resistors. So we've got a 100K resistor, a 33K resistor, a 300 ohm resistor, that's this one, and an 8.2K resistor. That's right here. I also forgot we have this little, right here is a capacitor that's a small 0.001 capacitor that looks like this little tiny one. So it looks different than the other capacitor. Now we have a capacitor down here that's connected to ground that's a 20 UF. I'm really going to use a 22 UF because I don't have a 20 UF. Just went off for no reason. So that's something we'll have to work on. I guess it doesn't think I'm talking. I don't know. Anyway, we'll work on that too. So, okay, so that 20 capacitor or 22 capacitor is one of these big ones like that. And then we have these, this is a symbol for a potentiometer. This volume 500K and this fuzz 1KB. There's a few different kinds of potentiometers. So this is a potentiometer. There are linear and logarithmic are the two basic kinds. So we have one of each in this one. And the one is just normally used more for volume, and one is normally used more for distortion and fuzz and things. And they can be kind of changed out, but it will affect just what it sounds like when you turn the knob. There's also other kinds of potentiometers, not just that kind. Okay, so okay, so I'm catching back up on the chat real quick. Preston, great to see you. Okay. Yeah, it's the same potentiometers really as the as you'd use on a guitar. They're not that much different. And I will also be doing a songwriting one maybe sometime, but this is today. Today we're doing this. Yeah, Preston, I like this, Preston. Line for volume, log for tone. That's pretty much almost always works. So, okay, so now that I've told you about the different parts of this fuzz face, I will just say for the sound, it goes in this little hole and it's coming through. And this transistor is going to amplify and give a little more gain. And then it's going to come through this transistor. And this transistor is the one that is catching the fuzz from the distortion here, from the ground. So instead of being this one you see here, this is the emitter, and it's connected to ground. This emitter is just connected to this potentiometer, which is connected to ground, and this capacitor. The relationship between this capacitor and this potentiometer will change a bit about how loud the distortion is, how distorted the fuzz is. This has just been a very traditional combination. So you could see each of these transistors. So this one's connected to ground, and then also to, this is 9 volts. So this is the power source. This one, so this is called biasing a transistor. It's just how much is going to power versus ground. So this one has 33K to power with nothing to ground. This one, I'm affecting what goes to ground with this potentiometer. And then I'm connected to 9 volt through this resistor and this resistor added together. So this resistor is also connected to this capacitor, which is going directly to our volume and then out. Oh, I guess you can't see me doing this because I'm doing the wrong place. So We're working on this. I'm working on this. Okay, so we have, I said it was this 8.2K coming out here. This is the capacitor coming out to the potentiometer to the out. Oh, I've run off the screen. So that's how that works. So let's build it, y'all. Okay. Oh, we're going to rock out with our dock out. Good to see you, Doc Danger. Good to see you, Axiom. Thank you guys for being here for this, because I've been trying to figure out how to do this, and I feel kind of silly. And so I appreciate the support. Alpha pot. Sometimes I use alpha pots. These so I'm gonna show you. This is one of a fuzz that I've made that's using the same schematic. Oh crap, this schematic. And so I have taken the back off, so you can see here are my pots. These are alpha pots. The ones. Oh, these are too. Hey, look at me. Sometimes I use generic ones, but those are good too. So I have my two potentiometers. I have my input and output for my guitar cords. One's going to the guitar, one's going to the amp. This is going to power. And then here's my switch. That's the switch. This is a 3P DT switch, so it has a true bypass. So it's either connecting these two directly or going through this board. So for this one, it was one I did a long time ago, and it's just done on a piece of strip board because it's, again, not a very large circuit. So let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, okay. Wow, Ed's going to use more fuzz. Well, just because we're learning about the fuzz doesn't really make the, doesn't necessarily make it better. I will talk a bit about my plastic jacks. I have both kinds. Sometimes I enjoy your traditional metal jack. These are very good. These are also very good. And I have other plastic ones that are not, but these are very good jacks. They're smaller, and that makes all the difference in being able to fit things into stupid small pedal boxes. I've lately been using larger boxes, crap in here, that are this big. So they're like twice as wide as these ones. So depending on what you're trying to fit in there, they work sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to go, let me see if I can, okay, I can see this. Okay. Oh. Ooh, Mr. Smith says that he uses fuzz on bass in almost all of his mixes. That's really interesting. Also, remind me to talk about how you can make this better for basses. So let me show you my little board here. This is a breadboard, and it's just used to make a test of your schematic and so that you can test it out. So right now I have a guitar. I don't hear it. Pooh. But you can hear it. Can I hear it? That's all I need in my life. Okay. Trying to turn my monitor on, and hopefully this works. We'll find out. It did not, but hopefully doing it twice is the key. Okay. Still, so can you hear the guitar when I just did that? Please say yes or no. I can hear your guitar. Okay, so we have headphones, Behringer, and this was a big part of it because I kind of have to be able to hear what I'm doing. Oh my. Okay, well, Ed can hear it, so at least we've got something going on. First, we will do this and then more about that. So I've got it connected to a guitar. I've got all this connected to this little switchy thing that I've built to make this work. This is the input that's connected from the guitar. So you plug your guitar into this puppy. You have one switch to ground, and then you have one knob to this input right here. So that's what's connected. Now from the schematic up here, you see we have a 2.2 UF capacitor. That's this puppy. It's got a marking for ground. That's the short leg. Positive is the long leg. You stick it in there and make it go into place. Get in there. Ta-da! So then we have some transistors. We have this puppy transistor is a BC108. I like it's in this fancy top hat cap, but the case really doesn't make a difference except for just being cool. So I'm going to pop this in here, seeing that the capacitor is going into the middle leg of this transistor. Ta-da! So I also see that the emitter of the transistor is headed to ground. So let me go ahead and turns off even though I'm talking. What is, I don't know. Is there a setting for my headphones? We'll have to work on this. Okay, so we've got this right here is the screen going to ground. So I've got ground right here. And I've already set this up to be ground and positive and plugged into a battery. All right, so now we have a 33K resistor. That's this puppy. It's going to 9 volt. So I'm just going to stick this into 9 volt. Ta-da! And then we're going to look at what we got here. Okay, so now we have another transistor, and it's going from the middle leg of this transistor, and it's headed to, well, I don't like how this is. Move this back. Poop, poop, poop. And it's headed to somewhere in here. Just sit right there. Perfection. Now, it is touching the emitter of this transistor. So I will stick that in the correct way. I also see that this line, this just direct line connecting these two transistors, is just it's just a wire. So it just says that the collector on the transistor is connected to the base of this transistor. So I say, I don't have a good hole for this. Shut up. This one goes to the middle right here, like that. So now we're going to look at, this has, okay, I did the 33K. So this one has an 8K2 resistor, 8.2K. It's just written weird. And it's coming out of the collector of that transistor, which is right here. Poop, 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 poop. Okay, kinda. That works. And then it is going to touch a 330 ohm resistor that's going to power. So I stick it in there. Ta-da! It is also touching a 0.01 UF capacitor. And so I just stick that right here like that. So that is both this is the input part of the circuit, and this is the output part of the circuit. So what we have left are these two potentiometers, this capacitor, and then how it's connected to the out. So we've got some some potentiometers. We have the 1K for the fuzz, and it is connected through this 100K juncture. Let's do this like this. Move it over here somewhere. Oh, let's not use this one. Let's use this one. So I have 100,000 little pieces of wire in different sizes for this type of thing. There we go. I will. So that's connected to the 100K resistor connection to the emitter of this transistor. And then you'll see that the end is at ground. So I stick this, maybe, get in there, to ground. Yes. Now, you'll see that there is in the middle of the potentiometer, this little one is connected to a capacitor, which is going also to ground. So I will just connect these. And then I put it in my potentiometer. Yay. Get in there. Okay, done. Now our last thing is this 0.01 capacitor is going to connect to our output, which our volume is going to control the output. So this is my green output switch. Put that there. Get in there. And then I need one more cord. It goes to ground. So I'll just stick that like this. Maybe. That didn't work, guys. Oh, let me see. Okay, there was stuff about broccoli, but I'll come back. Okay, I'm also watching a time because Leela starts at 12:45, so we're going to go over there after this, guys. I just dropped it. Get in there. Okay, so you're all in there, and then I stick the potentiometer in there. Cha-cha, cha-cha. There, that's all it is. That's the whole fuzz pedal, y'all. It's just those pieces. Now, the problem is I don't think I can hear this. So what can I do? Well, you're going to hear this. Boy, are you going to hear this. So yell if this is horrible. But I know what it's supposed to sound like, so hopefully it just sounds like that. So that probably popped. So this is the pedal on with just little fuzz. I'm working up the fuzz. This is just volume and this is fuzz. I'm going off the how much it's popping on my screen. It is getting very fuzzy, I believe. That's super fuzz. And that should have been really loud because that's almost a high. That was almost maxed out volume and maxed out fuzz. With the battery, I felt like it didn't have too much noise going on, but when I tried to use a regular power supply, it was bad. It was real bad, y'all. These transistors super amplify all the DC noise, no matter how many capacitors I put in the way. It's just the design of this pedal. In this system, in this scenario right here, I don't have any power filtering going on, but you could add in a diode between positive and negative, probably a 47 UF capacitor, and a 104, a 0.1 UF capacitor. And if you have all three of those in there, it cuts out a lot of the noise from the power, but not all of it. So it's always going to be a slightly noisy pedal if you're using anything other than battery power. A traditional fuzz pedal is not an NPN, it's a PNP. So it is wired everything backwards with the power. So instead of having in this diagram here where 9 volt is up, that up would be ground and everything is flipped. But it all works the same because, you know, this is a closed system and it's what we're calling positive and negative were just things we chose. So it really doesn't matter what's up and down. Up and down, it's all the same. So again, just without any fuzz, there's this. I've turned it down a little bit. And then with some fuzz, we have this kind of thing. And you can do less fuzz. I wish I could hear it. And then I could play a song because that was the plan. But I can't hear it, honestly, guys. So we're just hoping that you can hear it. So that's one thing I'm going to work on for next time. For show. Faux show. Okay, so things that you can change about this pedal schematic that would make differences are these capacitors, this one and this one, the first one and the last one, will change. If you doubled them or made them larger, you will increase how much bass is going to come through the circuit. So this one, if I go from a 0.01 to a 0.1, you're going to definitely hear more bass coming through when you're hitting bass notes. So if you're making a bass fuzz, you would definitely want to increase these capacitors. This 2.2 UF could go up to I think like a 47. It can go up pretty high and still, and it's just something where you could test it out. One way I test is I like to get a little switch like this, and then I will just test the part. I'll test both parts. I'll say, let me try it through a 2.2 and a 47 or something and see which sounds better and move on. One way to test resistors is to use one of these tiny little potentiometers or trim pot. Don't like what I'm saying. So let's see. Okay, so this little trim pot here, this little buddy, it can be used in place of one of these resistors. So like say this 33K resistor, I could get 100K trim pot and put it in its place and try to find the exact sweet spot where this transistor will shine more brightly than at any other spot. So right now this resistor is really just an approximation and it works most of the time. You can change out these transistors. You can try different ones. This 2N58, oh, that's not what that is. That's a BC244. Oh, but that would work. That would that be a substitute? It would be a lot harsher. I think it would have less gain. A 2N5088 would have more gain and probably sound muddier because it's a different kind of transistor. They all have slightly different settings as far as a transistor is kind of like an electric switch, and it's just saying, if you give me this much power, then I will let out this, I will double it or triple it depending on what you're asking for. So you can control the gain a bit by changing these resistors. So changing the bias of the transistors will change the gain level. Currently, this has a lot of gain, more than I think is necessary, or like, I don't know, if you're like playing a song and you hit the gain and it's 80 times louder than you were previously. How is that helpful? I don't think it is. I don't know, but maybe for some of you that would be good. So I like to think about when I'm changing up a pedal for making it like, do I want to change any of these values so that's actually more useful for somebody who plays like me? And so I've done this before where I have dropped this volume pot down just to a simple way of keeping down the amount so that it just cannot be turned up too loud, because there's a lot because the potentiometer has a sweep, and you want to be able to get you want your effect to have a good up and down and not just be all loud. I don't know. And also this is different. It changes a lot depending on which kind of potentiometer you use. If you like the feel of a linear pot as a volume, you will notice when it's not. Let's see. Okay, I am checking out the chat. I really appreciate you guys being here. I am just going to talk for a few more minutes. PMP, it's dynamite. Okay, Charlie says that he likes fuzz on his acoustic, but just a bit. I think that's really cool. You know, especially in production, like on in Logic or GarageBand, adding those kind of effects can thicken out the sound a lot really nicely. Oh, okay. I never saw Pontypool. Ooh. Preston's favorite fuzz is the Octavia. He likes octave down the most. So yeah, I've been working on an octave down pedal and it's killing me. It's I guess it kind of works, but an octave down pedal is one of the trickiest pedals that I have made so far. An octave up pedal is super simple. I could do that all day, but the down was a lot harder than I thought. I don't know. Hopefully I can make this thing work eventually. Okay. Resistance is futile. Let's see. I have a strange thing for Jean-Luc Picard, so we should talk about that sometime. That'd be a good stream. Inappropriate thoughts I have about Jean-Luc Picard. Well, thank you, Preston. I appreciate you being here. Next time I'm going to try to get started when I'm in to be started, but I think I fixed that. And I'm going to try to, so my problem is I couldn't hear my guitar through these headphones, which also keep turning off. So fix headphones, get the monitoring to work, and what else do I have to fix? I don't know. Let me know if you have any suggestions about how this looks or sounds or information. Like, can you see this breadboardy thing? I have a overhead cam on it, and I don't know. Every time I put my hand in it, I'm like, huge hand. So I don't know if that's a good idea or not. All right, Mick says that he loves saturation on his bass. Even live helps poke out and smooth out the clank and make the bass pop out and tuck in the mix. Ooh, I like that. Audible. Audible says this is fun. Maybe will inspire me to finally solder up my project. Well, that'd be cool. I have so many like half finished projects here that you'd make fun of me. But when I have this is Falcro. If you're still here, this is the guts of yours. I've got it done. So that's the guts of Falcro. And then Preston. This is Preston's pedal in progress that it's just not working. So I have ripped it out and put it in like 3 times. But that'll be, this is not what the case will look. Well, it'll have to have this many knobs and buttons, but this is just a test case. And yeah, so I am working on them. They're not all this easy, y'all. This one's really easy. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Okay, I'm glad we all like Jean-Luc. Make it so. Oh, thank you, Ed. I appreciate you. Ooh, so Blue says he's gonna go fuzz with his acoustic Strat. That could be cool. You know, you need the fuzz to go on your stringy spring thing. Have you put a pickup on your spring thing? So we could do that if it had a pickup. And if you don't have like a regular Strat pickup, we could always use like these little tiny pickups that you just stick on. I always want a reason I have a whole stack of these, so I want a reason to use them. Let's do that. So Doc says Friday he's playing some Toxic Live, doing covers like Crew and Dio and Dawkin. I love this. I'm gonna definitely watch. What? So I heard that, but I missed it. Preston says Patrick Stewart was on Colbert last night. Oh, that's cool. Okay, good. Well, thanks. But yeah, if you have oh, my headset is, well, first of all, I don't know if it's good because it keeps turning off, but it's a Corsair gaming headset. I like it because I was trying to find one that had like the best quality mic and is the softest headset. So it has a headband, so it's supposed to be not resting on my head. I'm delicate, y'all. Axiom's recommending Almost Famous. I never saw that one. Ooh, Doc is uploading from his cassette tapes. That's so cool. I tried to do this, but I had so much noise in my cassette player. I didn't like it. Ooh, he's soldered his broken base. That's the same thing, you know? Yeah, it is quite the spider. I, uh, I have ripped it out quite a few times. Tea, Earl Grey hot. That's like, yeah, it's like Pavlovian. Okay. Ooh, stick-on pickups in an acoustic. They definitely work. I did it once on a little mandolin, and that worked well. Ooh, so if the springs are amplified, we can pedal it up. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, no, he did. I wasn't confused as more as I was just thinking about Jean-Luc Picard. I was like, Jean-Luc Picard. Okay, let me come back. All right. Okay, y'all, I don't know if I actually streamed for half an hour because I messed up, but I have been here for what I plan to do. And I showed you a little bit about how this works. I'm going to try to do this again, so pretend like it was the first time you heard it next time. And I'm gonna do it again, but like smooth smooth. Can we hashtag pro streamer? Because what's up with this? Why is it turning off? Okay, I talk on these all the time and they never turn off, so I'm really confused. But I will work out all these kinks and then hopefully kind of redo this one and then move on to other schematics and other things to talk about. And yeah, I do appreciate if you hit the like, even though this was a bit of a shit show, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. And don't forget that Leela is going to start her practicing with Leela. I forgot what it was called, on her channel. So Lureality, so check out Lureality in about 10 minutes. And she's going to, yes, thank you, hashtag pro streamer. I needed that. It is Bluetooth, but I guess I can hook it up regular, so maybe I should just do that. But I want to walk around. Like, that's my dream. Is like, I don't know why I need to walk around in these, but it felt necessary. Sometimes I want to do one from over there. So that's the plan. I have plans, y'all. And I appreciate you all. You guys are best friends, and I really appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate that, Preston. Oh, guys, you're awesome. Okay, I will see you a little later, and I'll see you at the reality show too. Love to all y'all. Let me see if I can get out of here now. Bye, guys.